Hey everybody, Real Fan Man here. Welcome to layout update number 26. So, yeah, did some reconfiguring of the yard. You can see. I don't know if you remember what the yard looked like on layout update number 25, but yep, I changed it up. Pretty much brought back the yard that I had on the previous layout. So that's one major change I did. So I have right here 5 yard tracks. Don't mind this. This guy, I just had him kind of running around, but so I got yard track 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And I just put some masking tape down, wrote the track number on just for now so I can remember what track numbers or what. I still got to do the west end. So this would be the east end of the yard, just so you know. I got rid of the arrival departure track, so right now I just have the main line. And at some point soon, I promise you, I will have the laptop loaded up with what the East Deerfield yard looks like, and you'll get a general idea what I'm talking about, what I'm going with. Trying to get it as prototypical as I can with the space that I have, because model railroading, you only have so much space. So, and this is only a 9-foot by 12-foot room. So, but I can tell you this is the west end over here. WTE recycling is on this side of the layout with the yard. It's still considered a yard job, even if it was across the river. So, which this right here represents the Deerfield River. So prototypically, WTE is actually past the river on this side. So I thought about doing that. That's why that spur track's out. But anyways, I didn't go with it. I'm just keeping it basic, keeping it simple like I did with the previous layout. Still tons of fun to switch. I get the same enjoyment, as I would if it was on that side. So anyways, so WTE's right there. This is the west end. I got rid of the arrival departure track. As you would see in the yard, if you're looking off over the McClellan Bridge, looking over at the yard, looking east, you would see that, they have they got freight cars all lined up, and then they just got the main line that kind of, runs the yard. So that's why I'm pretty much just doing that. So now I have 5 yard tracks. That might change in the future, I don't know. But as of right now, we're just sticking with 5 yard tracks. This could be technically track number 6, which is the runaround. It's also an engine lead. It's also the lead for WTE recycling. And it could be used as one big runaround. These tracks right here, this is the yard office, which is generally in the area where it's supposed to be. Because again, and if you looked at the picture on Google Maps, you'll see this yard office, not the exact same building, obviously, but it's similar. And then they have like the fuel, sand racks, which these 3 tracks right here in this location are. And then they kind of just run straight back to the shops, to their car shops and engine shops. So I kind of have that. I have pretty much 4 tracks for that. And this track I just threw in for just storage, MOW equipment, so on and so forth. And this track right here it's actually another runaround. You can see it. But I'm also utilizing it as like engine ready track, or basically for the yard crew to park their locomotive when they're not working the yard. And so these tracks right here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. These tracks are isolated from the layout as far as power goes. And I just temporarily put my little toggles right here. So I got 1 through 5. So again, that would be track 1, track 2, track 3, track 4, track 5. And that just isolates the noise. This way I don't have a lot of noise on the layout. And it also helps with preventing runaway locomotives that I've experienced in the past, especially using my ESU power cab. I've had quite a few instances where, you know, I'm doing some operating here in the yard, or I'm actually doing an operations, and I got a stray locomotive that just decides to take off on its own in the engine track there or whatever, and it just powers up and takes off, and I'm like, what the hell? So I don't know if it's a signal thing or whatever, but I'm like, I'm not having any of that. At least I'm going to try and isolate that as much as possible. So that's the reason for the isolated power switches. And it works out great. Engine house is pretty much in the spot I want. I'm going to be extending these tracks. I have more pieces I can use. Code 83 track. You know, I'm going to extend it out to probably right about here on each, you know. This one right here is pretty good, but this one needs to be extended a little bit. This one needs to be extended, and so on and so forth. I have those Buddha stop. I have 2 sets right now. I need to get 3 more because I kind of like those for the end of the track. Instead of using the bumpers, I'm going to use the Buddha stop on each rail. Excuse me. So that'll be that. I'm going to obviously hook up the lights here. Who is it from? Woodland Scenics. Yeah, I think these are part of the Woodland Scenics plug and play. Anyways, I'm gonna hook, you know, these 2 up. I have 2 more in the back that I'll hook up. You can see right there. Let me get my pointer here. Right there, and then there's the other ones right here on the side. So that's that. I'm planning on having some sort of divider right here. Probably, excuse me. I'm gonna stand by for 1 second. All right, I'm back. I had some dry throat issue going on. Must be allergies or something. But anyways, I'm gonna have some sort of divider, maybe a small hill with some trees. That it's just gonna go basically run straight, nice straight back at an angle, so I can keep these 2 scenes right here separated. Because once you're continuing this way, you're headed east going this way, you're going to run into Gardner, Mass, which this is where the freelance part comes in the layout. Because I don't think Gardner, Mass has a lot of industries to switch. I mean, they may have, I'm sure they probably have maybe a couple. I haven't really done the research on that yet. So, but I do know they do an interchange with Providence and Worcester Railroad. So that'll be one, but the rest of it is pretty much going to be freelanced. Get the Big and Cement right here. A couple tracks there. And then, let's see. So we got, technically when you get in here, here's the main line, which you can see the road beds under. So that's the raised main line. And we got a siding right here. And we got an industrial siding right here, which comes off of that corner. And this technically is just the second track that runs around the whole layout. So, because it's 2 tracks just going around the layout. But once you get into Gardner, Mass, I treat it as the siding. We got Bob's Furniture, which formerly known as Heritage Furniture. So I'm calling it Bob's Furniture now. Boyles Transfer is still the same. They'll take a tank car once in a while for like glue or whatever, or some sort of chemical. Boyles Transfer is pretty much going to be box cars. I just put this crossover in the other day. I had some time. I banged that out. I did have these in here, these spurs in originally. This is the team track, which will go out to pretty much, it'll probably end like right about here. So I want to be able to get at least like 3 or 4 cars in. This is a central gas spur, which I need to put back together. I'll probably do that tonight between these 2 spurs. I did set up an operations list for Gardner Turn, which is district number 2. I'm just calling Gardner Turn district number 2, the whole thing, basically all 7 industries. Here's my, who could that be? I don't know who that is. Armstrong Electric, right here, which takes boxcars. And, excuse me, Centennial Mills, which I gotta do a little work on these guys, because some of the parts fell off. You know, they just been kind of sitting around. They've been moved around so many times, it's not even funny. So, again, there is 7 industries to switch. So that's Gardner, Mass. All right, going back this way now. So, real quick, you know, train EDY crew builds the train for Gardner Turn. They head east coming into here. Depending on which side they're going to start on first, they can be on either this track or the main line and then get onto the industrial siding over here. Do their switching and then basically run around the train so they're facing west, and they'll head west back to the yard. And when they get to the yard, again, like I said, I don't have the arrival departure track anymore. So if there's a track that's empty, like looks like track 4 is empty, I'll pull the train in the track 4, uncouple the locomotive, the road power, and then they'll probably come back to probably to one of these engine tracks for servicing if they need it, or if not, then they'll just probably get parked somewhere. They'll get parked over here somewhere. I don't know where, but till their next assignment. But more or less, probably top off of fuel, sand, you know, that sort of stuff, and then just kind of move them out of the way. So whatever crew or whatever locomotive that's lined up for their next assignment, you know, has the right of way, they can get out without any problems. So yeah, that's that. Oh, what else? Try not to drag this on too much longer. So yeah, this real quick, this right here is no more. So essentially this half of the layout has been pretty much changed. This is just moved over some. That's moved over to here. Because again, like I said, if you're looking from the bridge, you're looking east. You know, you could basically see, you know, there will be a switch tower here as well. I don't think I mentioned that. I do have it. Actually, stand by 1 second. Okay, so this tower right here, it's not an exact replica of the tower they have at the East Deerfield Yard. However, it's close enough for me. And this tower is, you know, kind of, there's some meaning behind this tower. Definitely, I want to put it together. This was something that was like an extra kit that Daylight Dave had, and he sent it to me when he sent me my Amtrak Bud car that I'll have on the way out at some point soon. Running around, I'm sure. But yeah, he sent me this, and I was like, I'm going through some of my things, and I'm like, yeah, this is going to be perfect for the yard to represent some sort of tower which they don't use. It's locked up and boarded up and stuff, but you know, you still see there's a camera on one of the corners though. They have, you know, obviously a camera for, you know, trespassers and all that crap. Anybody doing something illegal. So I'm gonna put this right here. It's got the base and all that. I'm gonna stand it. I'm gonna have it like somewhere like right here, I think, in this general area. Because again, like I said, if you're looking from the bridge facing east, you know, you'll see the tower, and then you'll see, this is, you know, a little farther away, but again, space restrictions. you know, and this is where the freelance part comes in. You know, I'm kind of just putting it right here for now. I might come out maybe from right here. I might come out at an angle and come out like 4 inches. About 4 inches or so, give or take, all the way down to this corner right here. So initially I think I was going to come out a foot. I think I actually had I had a foot piece out here, but I just took it off because I'm like, you know what, that's too much. I don't need that much really. So I might do that. Now that I heard myself say that, I think I'm just going to keep that right there and call it a day, because again, looking east, you see the diesel fuel rack, sanding pads and all that, or sanding fuel right here, and then you see the shops down in the background. So I believe I'm just going to keep it like this. I don't need to get crazy with it because there's still a lot of work to do, and there's still a ton of, you know, switching opportunities on this layout, just in the yard alone. So like unfortunately in JMRI I have this as a cement car, and I initially brought it over here for a replacement for this sand car, because I think what I was going to do is just, you know, as one of my yard operations, was just swap out these cars. This can go into the yard somewhere on it and head to a place where it gets sand or whatever to come back, and then I was going to, you know, replace it with this. However, doing the operations on JMRI, this car came up as one of the cars for Big and Cement on my District 2 operations. Yeah, District 2 operations. So that plan got scrapped. This car's going to Big and Cement right now. But after that, I'm actually going to swap it out for, you know, I'm going to go into JMRI. I'm going to change it up to a sand car now, and it's going to be dedicated for East Deerfield Yard to bring sand for the locomotives. So with that being said, again, operations, you know, I could do get the MOW crew and pull the, you know, tell them, all right, you know what, you guys got to go, let's see, go clean some rail somewhere, you know, I'll pull that car out and get going. But there's many, you know, many things to be done, a lot of things I can do, and, you know, it's like whatever I feel like doing. But so that's that. I can't think of really anything else at the moment that I really did, any major changes, but yeah. So this is, you know, for those of you that don't know, I know this is like at the end of the video and nobody's probably really going to see this that much, but this, my layout's based on, well, it's based on a Connecticut River subdivision. However, you know, it's out of East Deerfield Yard. And so they have trains run pretty much north, south, east, and west. So there's a variety right there. Plus there's a couple of NS trains that run through. Like I believe it's 22K and 23K. 22K is west and 23K is east. And then there's some of the symbols I know, like POED, that's Portland at East Deerfield Yard, and then EDPO, which is East Deerfield Yard to Portland, Maine. I don't know if they have any stops on the way. They might. I haven't really talked to anybody about that. So anyways, yeah, so I'm slowly starting to get back into working on it. I took some tin foil too, you can see, and just kind of stuffed it in that one. I just did a WT operations. I didn't video it or anything, but I kind of stuffed some aluminum foil in there for now. And so WT, they go in empty, come out loaded. And I will have another scrap yard on the layout. It'll be on the second level. It's going to be Sullivan Scrap, and that's out of Holyoke, Massachusetts. That'll be one of the stops. So lots going on. You know, if anybody has any questions, you know, feel free to drop them down in the comments. If you're new to the channel, welcome. And welcome to all my new subscribers. I appreciate you guys, checking my channel out and watching some of my content. I know I've been kind of aloof lately with videos. I'm trying to get a schedule and stay on schedule, or somewhat of a schedule. And if that means like maybe putting some sort of video out once a week just to share what I'm doing and so on and so forth, or how I'm doing it. I mean, bottom line is everything I've learned from you guys on YouTube, and other sources like Model Railroader magazine, and just train shows, and some experience from way back in the day when I first started building my own layouts. Anyways, I'm not gonna toot my own horn. I enjoy it. I enjoy working on the model railroad whenever I get a chance, and work's slowing down a little bit. Still got fall cleanups to go through, and I'm hoping that, like I said, I'll be able to have some more content brought out at some point as the weeks go by. But other than that, like I said, any more questions, comments, just drop them down below. If you're not subscribed, please subscribe. That'd be awesome, and appreciate everybody. Hope everybody has a great rest of your weekend. It is Saturday evening, early evening, and decided that I would do a video finally. All right, well, that's it. Everybody take care. Be safe. Happy modeling. Watch this train roll out. Real Fan Man signing out.